Emotional intelligence, EI, is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence our own emotions and the emotions of others. In Permission to Feel, Marc Brackett emphasizes that mastering EI is not just about feeling better in the moment. It has profound implications for every aspect of our lives, from personal relationships to professional success. At its core, emotional intelligence enables us to better navigate our emotional landscape, enhancing our interactions with others. By understanding and acknowledging our emotions, we are more capable of responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. For instance, when we feel anger rising during a disagreement, AI allows us to pause, recognize the emotion, and decide how best to express it in a way that's constructive, rather than destructive. In personal relationships, AI fosters empathy, the ability to tune into what others are feeling and respond with care and understanding. It creates a deeper connection, as we're able to communicate more effectively and provide emotional support in times of need. Whether it's comforting a friend or supporting a family member, understanding and validating emotions builds trust and strengthens bonds. In the workplace, AI significantly impacts collaboration and leadership. Leaders with high emotional intelligence inspire trust, foster innovation, and encourage open communication. By recognizing how emotions influence work performance, emotionally intelligent leaders can create environments where people feel heard, valued, and motivated to contribute their best. In daily life, developing emotional intelligence also means improving self-awareness and self-regulation. When we can understand what triggers our emotions, whether stress, excitement, or frustration, we gain the ability to manage them more effectively. This is crucial for maintaining mental health, as it helps prevent emotional overwhelm and promotes resilience in the face of challenges. Ultimately, the power of emotional intelligence lies in its ability to unlock our potential as individuals and as part of a community. By prioritizing EI, we not only enhance our own well-being but also contribute to creating a more compassionate, understanding, and supportive world around us. Whether in our personal lives or at work, emotional intelligence transforms how we connect with others, navigate our emotions, and approach life's complexities. In Permission to Feel, Marc Brackett delves into the fascinating science of emotions, uncovering how they are not just fleeting experiences, but deeply ingrained biological and psychological processes that serve essential functions in our lives. Understanding the science behind emotions equips us with the tools to manage them more effectively and harness their power for personal and collective growth. Emotions, at their core, are signals. They are not just reactions to external stimuli, but rather complex processes involving our brain, body, and environment. Each emotion we experience, whether joy, sadness, anger, or fear, triggers a cascade of chemical reactions in the brain and body. This neurochemical response helps us quickly assess situations and prepare us to take action. For example, when faced with a threat, the brain releases stress hormones like adrenaline, preparing the body to either fight or flee. These responses have evolved to help us survive, making emotions an essential part of our survival toolkit. However, emotions are not only triggered by external events but are also shaped by our internal state and previous experiences. Our thoughts, beliefs, and memories influence how we interpret situations and, in turn, how we feel. This means that emotions are not simply reactions to what's happening around us. They are also reflections of how we perceive and make sense of those events. For instance, two people can experience the same situation, like receiving constructive criticism, but their emotional responses may differ based on their past experiences, personal beliefs, and level of emotional awareness. Emotions also serve an important social function. They help us connect with others by communicating our needs, desires, and states of well-being. This is why emotions are contagious. When we express feelings of happiness or sadness, others tend to mirror those emotions, creating a shared emotional experience. This emotional contagion fosters empathy and strengthens relationships. As people are able to tune into and understand each other's feelings more deeply, the science behind emotions also reveals their influence on our decision-making processes. Emotions are not irrational impulses, but rather powerful guides that help us navigate the complexities of life. When we make decisions, our emotions often provide us with the insight needed to weigh options and take action. For example, feelings of discomfort or unease might signal that something is wrong, prompting us to reconsider our choices. On the other hand, positive emotions such as excitement or satisfaction can indicate that we are on the right track. By understanding the science of emotions, we can begin to appreciate their role in shaping our behaviors, decisions, and interactions. Emotions are not obstacles to overcome, but rather invaluable tools for better understanding ourselves and others. When we become more attuned to the intricate ways in which emotions influence our lives, we gain greater control over our emotional responses, leading to healthier relationships, more informed decisions, and improved mental well-being. Recognizing the science behind our feelings empowers us to approach life with greater emotional intelligence and resilience. In Permission to Feel, Marc Brackett underscores the critical importance of emotional awareness in both personal growth and professional success. The foundation of emotional intelligence lies in our ability to recognize, understand, and accurately label our emotions. This awareness opens the door to profound changes in how we relate to ourselves, others, and the world around us. Emotional awareness starts with the simple practice of tuning into our feelings. It requires pausing and being present with ourselves, taking note of what we're feeling in any given moment. Often, we overlook emotions because we're distracted or conditioned to suppress them. However, when we consciously pay attention to our emotional states, we begin to identify patterns and triggers, which gives us the ability to respond more thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. For example, if we recognize that we're feeling frustrated in a meeting, we can take a moment to breathe, label the emotion, and choose a calm, productive response rather than letting irritation dictate our actions. Developing this awareness also involves recognizing the physical sensations that accompany different emotions. Emotions are not just mental states, they manifest in our bodies as well. A racing heart, tight chest, or clenched jaw can signal stress, while a sense of calm might be associated with contentment. By learning to interpret these physical cues, we gain deeper insight into our emotional landscape and can better manage our reactions. This is particularly valuable in high-pressure situations, where emotional awareness allows us to maintain composure and make decisions with clarity. Beyond personal well-being, emotional awareness is also a powerful tool for success in our relationships and work. When we are aware of our own emotions, we are better equipped to empathize with others. We can recognize when someone else is feeling anxious, sad, or excited, and adjust our responses accordingly. This sensitivity creates a sense of connection and trust, which is crucial in building strong interpersonal relationships, whether with colleagues, friends, or family. In the workplace, emotional awareness is a leadership skill that directly influences team dynamics, decision-making, and performance. Leaders who are emotionally aware can gauge the mood of their team, address concerns before they escalate, and inspire motivation by understanding the emotional drivers of their colleagues. For instance, if a team member is feeling overlooked or undervalued, an emotionally aware leader can acknowledge these feelings, offer support, and find ways to re-engage them, leading to a more cohesive and productive team environment. Furthermore, emotional awareness plays a pivotal role in stress management. By recognizing when we are becoming overwhelmed, we can take proactive steps to regulate our emotions and avoid burnout. This might involve taking a short break, practicing mindfulness, or seeking support from a colleague or therapist. In essence, emotional awareness serves as an early warning system, helping us maintain emotional balance and resilience in the face of life's challenges. Ultimately, building emotional awareness is a journey of self-discovery. It requires patience, practice, and a commitment to being honest with ourselves about what we're feeling. But the rewards are immense. enhanced emotional regulation, stronger relationships, better decision-making, and a greater sense of overall well-being. As we become more aware of our emotions, we unlock the potential to navigate the complexities of life with greater ease, empathy, and success. In Permission to Feel, Marc Brackett introduces the Ruler Framework, a powerful tool for enhancing emotional intelligence and promoting emotional well-being. RULER is an acronym that stands for recognizing, understanding, labeling, expressing, and regulating emotions. This comprehensive approach provides a structured way to navigate and manage emotions, both in ourselves and in others, ensuring that we respond to emotions with intention and resilience. Point 1. Recognizing emotions. The first step in the Ruler Framework is recognizing emotions. This involves becoming aware of the emotions we are experiencing in any given moment. It might sound simple, but many people rush through their daily lives without taking the time to pause and check in with themselves. Emotions are often fleeting, but by recognizing them early, we can gain valuable insight into our mental and emotional state. For instance, when feeling anxious or irritated, identifying these emotions gives us the opportunity to acknowledge them before they intensify or lead to rash behavior. Through mindfulness and self-reflection, we develop the skill to tune into our internal signals, enhancing our ability to respond appropriately. Point 2. Understanding emotions. Once we recognize our emotions, the next step is to understand them. This means taking the time to explore why we are feeling a certain way and what those feelings might be signaling. For example, if we feel frustrated, it's important to ask ourselves, what's causing this frustration? Is it a misunderstanding, an unmet need, or a lack of control? By understanding the root cause of our emotions, we gain clarity and avoid the tendency to assign blame or make assumptions. This step also involves understanding the role emotions play in our decision-making. Emotions are not just reactions, they are signals that guide us toward action, helping us decide how to move forward in a given situation. Point 3. Labeling emotions. Accurately labeling emotions is a critical step in the Ruler Framework. Many people struggle with articulating their emotions, often using vague terms like bad or good. The ability to label emotions precisely, such as identifying whether we're feeling frustrated, disappointed, or overwhelmed, allows for a deeper understanding of our emotional experience. Research shows that those who are more skilled at labeling their emotions tend to have better mental health outcomes, as they can identify and process their feelings more effectively. By using a wider emotional vocabulary, we become more in tune with the nuances of our emotional states, allowing us to communicate more clearly and effectively with others. Point 4. Expressing emotions. Emotional expression is a key aspect of emotional regulation. Expressing emotions doesn't mean acting impulsively or without consideration, it means sharing our feelings in an authentic and constructive way. When we express our emotions thoughtfully, we allow ourselves to be seen and heard, which deepens connections and fosters understanding. At the same time, expressing emotions responsibly ensures that we don't unintentionally hurt others. For example, if we feel angry, we can choose to express that anger by calmly explaining how a situation made us feel, rather than reacting in a way that might escalate conflict. The Ruler Framework teaches us that how we express emotions is as important as acknowledging them in the first place. Point 5. Regulating emotions. The final step in the Ruler Framework is emotional regulation, the ability to manage and modulate emotions in a way that promotes positive outcomes. Emotional regulation doesn't mean suppressing emotions or denying their existence. Rather, it's about responding to emotions in a balanced and controlled way. This could involve techniques like deep breathing, taking a break, or reframing negative thoughts. When we regulate our emotions, we can reduce the intensity of overwhelming feelings and prevent them from dictating our behavior. For instance, if we're feeling anxious before a presentation, emotional regulation techniques like deep breathing or positive self-talk can help calm our nerves, allowing us to perform at our best. By implementing the Ruler Framework, individuals can foster greater emotional awareness, build stronger relationships, and create healthier work environments. Ruler not only helps us understand and manage our emotions but also empowers us to interact with others in a more empathetic, compassionate way. Whether applied in personal or professional contexts, the Ruler framework is a powerful guide to navigating emotions with greater ease and effectiveness, enhancing both emotional intelligence and overall well-being. In Permission to Feel, Marc Brackett explores how leaders can cultivate emotionally healthy workplaces by embedding emotional intelligence, EA, into their organizational cultures. Creating a work environment that prioritizes emotional well-being not only improves employee satisfaction but also boosts productivity, collaboration, and overall success. Leaders who are emotionally aware and capable of fostering such environments have the power to transform their teams, helping them thrive both professionally and personally. The first step in building an emotionally healthy workplace is recognizing the role that emotions play in the workplace. Emotions are present in every interaction, whether it's the excitement of a new project, the stress of tight deadlines, or the frustration of miscommunication. Leaders who understand the significance of these emotions can help their teams navigate challenges with greater ease. Emotional intelligence allows leaders to tune into how employees are feeling, creating a culture where emotions are acknowledged, validated, and addressed constructively. Point 1. Leading with empathy. One of the core pillars of emotional intelligence is empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathetic leaders create an environment where employees feel supported, heard, and valued. This emotional connection fosters trust, a key element in any successful team. When leaders take the time to listen to their employees, acknowledge their concerns, and offer emotional support, it not only strengthens relationships but also enhances performance. Employees are more likely to be motivated, engaged, and loyal when they feel that their well-being is a priority. Point 2. Promoting open communication. Emotionally intelligent leaders understand that open and transparent communication is crucial for maintaining a healthy emotional climate. When leaders encourage employees to express their emotions, both positive and negative, it creates a space for honest dialogue and mutual understanding. By promoting a culture where feedback is given and received constructively, leaders can prevent misunderstandings and help resolve conflicts before they escalate. Additionally, emotionally aware leaders are more likely to recognize when employees are struggling with stress, burnout, or personal challenges, offering the support they need to maintain their emotional health. Point 3. Recognizing and validating emotions. One of the most powerful things a leader can do is recognize and validate their employees' emotions. This doesn't mean agreeing with everything that is said, but it means acknowledging that emotions are real and worthy of attention. For example, if an employee is feeling overwhelmed by a heavy workload, a leader who recognizes this emotion and validates it, perhaps by adjusting the workload or offering additional support, can prevent burnout and reduce stress. Validation helps employees feel seen and understood, which, in turn, enhances their emotional well-being and fosters a more productive, engaged workforce. Point 4. Supporting emotional regulation. Leaders also play a key role in helping employees regulate their emotions in the workplace. While emotions are natural and inevitable, unregulated emotions can lead to conflict, poor decision-making, and decreased productivity. Leaders who model emotional regulation, through practices like deep breathing, mindfulness, or constructive problem-solving, show their teams how to handle emotions in healthy ways. Encouraging employees to take breaks when needed, providing stress management resources, and promoting work-life balance are just a few ways leaders can support emotional regulation, ensuring that their teams remain focused, calm, and resilient in the face of challenges. Point 5. Cultivating an inclusive and positive work culture. An emotionally healthy workplace is one where inclusivity and positivity thrive. Leaders can foster this by creating an environment where diversity is celebrated and every individual feels respected. By promoting a sense of belonging and mutual respect, emotionally intelligent leaders can enhance team cohesion and collaboration. Encouraging gratitude, celebrating achievements, and recognizing the emotional contributions of employees helps to build morale and creates an atmosphere of positivity, where employees feel inspired to contribute their best work. Ultimately, creating an emotionally healthy workplace is not just about addressing individual emotions but also about building a culture where emotions are recognized as a critical factor in organizational success. Leaders who embrace emotional intelligence foster environments that encourage open communication, empathy, and emotional well-being, leading to stronger relationships, increased job satisfaction, and improved overall performance. As Brackett highlights in Permission to Feel, when leaders prioritize emotional health, they create workplaces where employees can thrive, innovate, and reach their full potential. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments how you're applying the insights from Permission to Feel in your own life. Thanks for watching.